Before we start with this video, I do want to say that everything that we're going to be speaking about today is purely allegations. I don't even think a police report has even been filed yet, but it doesn't mean I'm here defending Taylor, alright? I simply just don't want to be sued because this man is throwing out cease and desist orders to fucking everybody in LA right now.
Aye, nice chain, red bone mains, chain swing, light pretty.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the studio, and today's story seems like a big one. If you guys have been on social media for the past week, Taylor Holder has been under the eyes of a lot of people. It all began with people noticing that Taylor Holder was being unfollowed by a bunch of social media influencers, which usually wouldn't unfollow him because not too long ago they were all sucking each other's assholes. But it's not just a couple of people. I mean, it's like dozens of people who have been unfollowing him. Now, either people just don't fuck with Taylor Holder, or maybe he did something fucked up. Well, we don't really know because Taylor won't talk about it until he went on to this podcast and sort of spoke about it, but not really. But let's go ahead and hop into that video right now.
A week ago, you made a post in, I'll read it here to any upcoming influencers or people that dream to have this life. Please know it's not really what you think it is at all. Having millions of followers and millions of money is cool. Please don't let that blind you. I've been one of the most successful people in the space and has made me truly the lowest I've ever been in my life. It's fucked up everything. It's affected my relationship with my family, my friendships, and it's mentally put me in a place I never thought I would want to be like. I feel like a robot. I'm doing everything in my life I could have ever dreamed of and still feel so empty. I'm completely lost myself trying to find something I thought was so amazing. And for anyone I'm talking to out there that feels the same way, please reach out to me because you're not alone. I would love to pray for you guys.
So like I said, nobody knows what's going on with Taylor Holder right now. He puts that on his Instagram stories, but puts no context behind it. When you first read it, he kind of seems like a good guy. He's telling people to reach out to him if you're feeling alone or if you're like ultimately just feeling down. But it makes everybody wonder, why is he feeling this type of way? Why is he posting this? I don't know. It just doesn't seem to me like as if he's doing this out of the kindness of his heart.
So what is going on with you?
Of course. So to start with the Instagram story that I posted, along with, I think Josh could even, play into this. This industry is definitely not what everyone makes it seem to be, with just like they say, with great power comes great responsibility. Right. So, it's just like everyone thinks that it's all, gold and great and everything. And then whenever you're really in it, it's like almost like the more successful you get, the more lonely you get. I've done everything I could have ever dreamed of in my life. And I am the most sad I've ever been in my life. And I think that for a long time, I was so like just work driven. And like, I got so caught up into this like materialistic life that I completely lost, like grounded with like normal life and like lost my relationship with God, like lost everything. And so I just took a while to like really reground myself with life and understand the point of life and what it is and understand that it's not followers, it's not money, it's not this. And just really get my head like back to a better place because it really wasn't in a good spot.
I'm going to be completely honest, and I'm sure a lot of you guys could relate. Whenever somebody at my school fucked up tremendously, all of a sudden their faith in God grew exponentially. I don't know about you guys, but that's how it always seemed like to me. Whenever somebody messed up, all of a sudden all their faith was in God, and every single post and their bio now has a fucking Bible verse.
Okay, so that was about a week. What is going on? Like, what is the drama? Like, what is everyone's speculating? You hear different or read different things from the horse's mouth. Like, what is going on?
Just like, we're all on the internet, man. We see how everything works. Cancel culture is a thing. Everyone talks, everyone gossips. At the end of the day, there's a lot of stuff going on offline that should continue to be handled offline. And there's a lot of stuff that's sensitive topics that I don't agree with, and I will continue to handle offline professionally as stuff should be. I think going to the internet about every problem that we ever have is a bit like, it could be handled very differently,
I love how he adds his smile at the end, like as if that was a good fucking response. Remember, he said he thinks everything should be handled offline and that everybody immediately just runs to the internet to kind of blast people and cancel people. But didn't they just say that Taylor Holder was the one who reached out to them? It was Taylor Holder running to the internet. So I don't know about that, man. You're already doing a little shitty on keeping it off the internet.
Do you know why everyone's unfollowing you? Like, what is going on?
At the end of the day, there's everyone saying everything. There's a lot of assumptions. There's a lot of gossip. It's all everyone's opinion. It's all he said, she said stuff, but at the end of the day, there's always a truth to everything. And like I said, I have great people around me, and we're going to continue to handle that offline and hope that everyone else does in a mature manners, you know?
I feel like I have to pause this every time Taylor Holder is done talking. This man is not making any sense at all. And I think this is why everybody's assuming that this guy had to have done something bad. Especially when he goes and says it's a lot of he said, she said stuff. I'm not going to go and say what I think happened, but I'm sure you guys could probably get an idea of what could have happened.
I mean, what we're told is there's going to be sexual misconduct allegations, but that's pretty vague, and I don't know much about that. Could be totally false.
It's exactly what we all thought. When you go and say it's he said, she said stuff, but you don't want to go into detail, it's only going to make you look worse. I understand that you want to handle it offline, but why even reach out to them to kind of make this public? I'm sure the majority of us would not have noticed that people were unfollowing you, because it's not like people watch your following list. I don't know about anybody else who's probably watching this video, but I have never looked at an influencer's follow list and kept track of every single person that was following them. But again, you go and say that you're going to answer any questions, I guess, pertaining to this whole thing, but you don't want to answer any of the questions. Zero fucking sense as to why you even came on to here.
Of course. And, you know, and I think that plays a big role with, you know, everyone in the industry clings to a story that they're told and then they run with it, right? It's like there's very much like multiple like angles of stories that anyone can believe in, and a lot of people choose to handle it differently. A lot of people get everyone's inside. A lot of people get one person's inside, and if that's the actions that they take without knowing anything of what's going on, that's on them, you know.
What are the stories like you're hearing? Like, what are
I mean, you know how it is. I mean, Dave, people have tried to cancel you. You know how it is, man. It's an ongoing thing always.
I don't disagree with that, but I'm pretty direct with like, I'll say exact, like, I don't know what
happened kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, don't you think it's going to come out?
That's what I'm saying is a lot has been said that like nothing has been said online yet. So that's why I'm saying is like, I'm going to continue to handle everything professionally and offline until further notice.
This is so bad. It's just so fucking bad. I bet you Taylor came onto this podcast thinking that this would help him out, but in reality, it just made him look so bad, look so stupid. I'm like just shocked that his PR team even let him come onto here, that they didn't even talk to him before what questions they might ask and how he should respond. Cease and desist orders that he's been giving out to all these influencers. You'd think that maybe he'd also have a PR team, or maybe his lawyers would tell him, don't be fucking stupid and come onto a podcast that you're not even prepared to answer any questions for. But he did exactly that, and now we have this joke of a podcast.
Handle everything professionally and offline until further notice.
Do you think that'll be able to happen though? Like, do you think you're going to be able to keep it all offline, or do you think people are going to come online and start saying shit?
I believe that we can, and it would definitely be the best thing for everybody, for sure.
It'd be the best thing for you, and with the amount of fucking cease and desist orders that you're giving out to everybody, you might have a chance. But I know some people are already kind of squeaking out what could possibly be the whole situation. I know Keemstar released this all on his newest episode. He even posted on his Instagram showing that you sent him a cease and desist order. Just because you're sending this stuff out does not mean that it's not going to get out to the public, and it's only making you look even worse.
Well, then, I mean, I don't know that we have much to talk, because I don't even, not to sound totally fake, I don't even know what we're talking about. I mean, I've heard whispers there's going to be sexual misconduct allegations that presumably you're going to deny, but I don't know what they are. So it's really hard to talk about.
We were under the like impression that you were going to come on because this is probably going to get out. People are going to bring it on the internet, and you wanted to come on BFFs first to kind of tell your side of the story. But it seems like you want to keep it off the internet.
I was also under the impression that maybe you guys had some questions for me. Maybe there was a bit of confusion there.
That's crazy. Like I said, his PR team sent him in this fucking blind. If I was Taylor after this, I would fire my PR team, because your PR team's supposed to make you at least look somewhat good when stuff like this is going down. But I think they definitely buried you and made you look 20 times worse than what was ever even before.
I think everything should be offline. What is up with this like stuff going to the internet about everything, right? If something was that serious that anyone is like you guys are saying, if it was something sexually, if it was something that serious, I believe that it should handle legally, not go into the internet and be like, this person did this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I guess our only thing is like, then why'd the PR team reach out and ask us to do the show if you didn't want to say anything?
I actually didn't know that. I thought it was some type of like mutual thing, to be honest with you. I was under the impression they were like, oh, we have this opportunity for you to go on there. Like, I thought it was something like you guys hit me up or something like that.
I don't even think it was
because everyone was like unfollowing me. So like, I mean, all these press outlets were like on it. So I thought that like people were just trying to talk to me. So I actually like I'm honestly a little bit, probably just as confused as you.
That was a absolute train wreck of a podcast interview, and it doesn't come from the BFF cast. It doesn't come from them at all. It solely all just comes from Taylor Holder. His PR team did an absolute horrible job of handling any of this. Like I said, they should have gone to him and told him what questions they possibly could have had for him and responses he should have been given, but instead they painted Taylor Holder as if he fucking did what I guess the allegations that are being brought to him. To be honest, I haven't even heard any of the allegations because that's how tight this is trying to be held, but it's leaking through little by little, and eventually it is all going to come out. I have honestly no idea what to say until more comes out. I don't want to be jumping to conclusions, especially considering Taylor Holder is out here trying to fucking sue everybody and their mother, but I give this like a week or two until everything starts coming out. It's not even being held together very well. Let me know what you guys thought about this entire podcast and how Taylor was acting throughout all this. What do you guys think about it? Let me know down in the comments below, and until the next video, peace.